Hi kids, Heidi here. Welcome back. I'm a reseller, which means that I find things that should be saved at thrift stores, yard sales, well, in the summertime, and flea markets. Maybe once a year I go to a flea market. Mostly thrift stores, let's be honest. And I save them and spruce them up and offer them to the world. Not everybody can go to every thrift store. I recently found out that there are 66 thrift stores within 45 minutes of me. So that's a lot of pressure. But I do find things that should be saved, and I offer them on eBay and a little tiny bit on Poshmark. And today I have a haul for you from the thrift store, what I'm going to be listing this week. I do have two small tips for you, reseller related tips. If you find them useful, great. If you already thought of them, aren't you clever? So if you enjoyed either of these tips, appreciate you leaving a comment down below. This is my YouTube finger, so do the YouTube clicking button things. Thank you very much, I appreciate it. So tip number one involves this little girl, which I will talk about at the end because it's vintage and I kind of make up life stories for things when they have a history. But my tip is about how to show two-piece items on the wall. If you're using a hanger, you don't want to drag out your dress form or mannequin, or maybe you don't have one. Here's a way that you can display two-piece sets. Works for two-piece bathing suits as well. What you do is you put your one item on a pants hanger, right, a clip hanger, and your other item on a regular hanger, and then you take a piece of thread and you wind it around the top hanger and the bottom hanger. Presto. They just hang there. Very simple. So I hope you enjoy that tip. My second tip is, can we talk about snipping threads? I was taught to sew by my mom beginning when I was probably 7 or 8 years old. And one of the things that a seamstress has to do is constantly be snipping threads off. You tie off or you backstitch at the end of a seam, and if you don't keep up on your thread snipping, after an hour or so, you've got a garment with all this crap hanging all over it. So when I pick up items at the thrift store, my eye is immediately drawn to a thread hanging off a lapel or a belt loop or the bottom of a seam or the bottom of a sleeve. So I snip a lot of threads. Do you do that? Do you spend the time? Well, if you do, you might be using something like this, which it's really hard to get close. Okay? It certainly works, but you have to be cautious. Some of you might be using something like this, a little bit more precise. These are my embroidery scissors, and they're just handy for snipping threads, but you have to be careful because they're so pointy. You don't want to, yes. I used to do a lot of training of various topics when I was working full-time, and I always told people that when I tell you not to do something, the reason I know not to do it is because I did it myself. All my stories are true stories. So have I ever accidentally snipped a hole in a garment while snipping a thread with these? Yes, I did. So here's what I recommend. These little babies. And they're actually called thread snips. What's unique about them is the blades are very flat. So you can sneak up on the thread with the garment flat underneath and snip it off. You get a very close cut, and there's very little danger that you'll cut a hole. So, you know, get a coupon from your favorite craft store and splurge on a pair of $5 thread snips. So, enough tipping for today. Let's go through my haul, and then at the end I'll talk about this lovely baby. First thing I have to show you is White House Black Market. It's a sweater vest. It's a wool blend from White House Black Market. Not the most recent label, but not an ancient one. But great layering piece. It's got a mixture of rib knit and cable knit, and I listed that for $25. That I actually did already get listed. Here's a new to me to find it. I've heard about it before. It's Geiger, made in Austria. It's kind of boiled wool, but a little bit lighter and more flexible than that. It's a hot pink wool cardigan jacket. Isn't that pretty? So I'm going to list that for $42. Geiger of Austria. Very nice quality. And I got to shave it. You all know how much I love to shave things. Another thing I want to try to include for you is I sell a limited amount of what are called hard goods, meaning not soft goods, not clothing. And I don't spend a lot of time in the hard goods section, but I always whiz through looking for certain things that I know if I can find them, I can flip them. And I really need to cut back on my dishes. Don't get dishes. I guess if you found something fabulous, you'd have to, but I'm starting to realize that with my storage capability, dishes and I are not a good fit. You have to wrap them in bubble wrap and store them somewhere where they won't break. Then you have to ship them so they don't break, and yeah, I'm just really gonna try and stay away from dishes, but you see how well my oath to stay away from vintage is working out. But the first category, which I'll share with you this week, and then each video I'll try to include another category, is stop by the crafts section and see if they have any needlework stitching kits. I find pretty frequently sealed ones, never been opened, from the 80s or last year. It doesn't matter. New needlework kits can be $25, $35, $45, depending on their size and how elaborate they are. So people who love to do needlework are looking for a little bit more of a bargain. This one is open, but I know, I can tell by looking at the materials that it's never been used. All of the instructions are here. The wool, this is a crewel kit. Crewel is like embroidery done with wool yarn rather than embroidery floss. And it usually has a printed canvas. So you look at a diagram. Oh, you don't care about how to do crewel. I used to do a lot of it. Anyway, look for sealed if you can find them. Or if they're open, make sure they're all there. Even the ones that have been started to be worked will sell, but not for very much. So I paid $2 for this, and I'm going to list it for about $25. Okay, so pop through crafts, see if they have any sealed stitch kits, and then just look them up and see if the comps are any good. Easy to ship, and they don't break. Okay, let's get on with life here. Here's a sweater. It's a perfect fall shade. Too bad it's winter now. From Wilfred. Size small. Is that what it says? Yes, small. It's a really thick, pretty burnt orange sweater. I really like this one. I'm going to list that for $35. LL Bean, always a favorite of mine. This is a men's corduroy shirt in a nice olive green. This stuff hasn't been steamed yet. It's all drafted, but it isn't steamed or photographed. And it's a XXL tall. Nice size. Really great condition. Very soft. Kind of makes me wish I was an XXL tall guy. Well, I take that back. That would not be something I want to do. The next one is Eileen Fisher. Always a favorite. Eileen Fisher. It's a size medium. It's a denim jacket with a hidden zip. So, very dressy denim jacket. Just a plain cuff. Very not glitzy, because it's Eileen, of course. I'm going to list this for $30. What's next? I really need to spend more time in the plus section for women, plus size. Most of my thrift stores have it separated, and they're toward the back of the store, and usually by the time I'm wrapping up, I realized that I didn't save time to do it. I should start going there first. It is a hunt. It's a small, they're usually small sections, and a lot of this stuff is nothing special. But for plus size ladies who are looking for something special, they'd probably appreciate it if I went and found it for them. So this is Eddie Bauer, a 2XL women's denim pearl snap with embroidered pockets. How do you think that'll do? I think that's a nice plus size piece. It's got really great cuffs, and I'm gonna list that for $25. So if you have any tricks for plus size, let me know. I've tried Lane Bryant, I've tried Torrid. I must be getting the wrong stuff because it's very slow seller. Next is, this is pretty basic. I got it because it didn't cost me very much. It's the North Face. It's right there too. It's a men's long sleeve tee. I'm gonna list it for $20. It's in beautiful condition. This is Polo Ralph Lauren. I sell a lot of Ralph Lauren. All the labels. I just sold my first purple label piece this weekend. It was a men's quarter zip, new with tags. The retail was like $495, which is absurd. And I did not get that much. It sat around for quite a while. I thought it would sell for Christmas because it was new with tags. And I think I took an offer of $70, but it was $4, so that's pretty good. So this is a linen, big slouchy men's V-neck. Be a great summer sweater. It's not showing up great here. It's kind of a goldy tan color, but it'll probably won't sell until next spring. But really nice. What size is that? It looks really big and oversized. It's a large, but it's very slouchy. Do guys like slouchy too? This is cute. It's a green fuzzy Sherpa, kind of a, yeah, it's a Sherpa. Woolrich, women's medium zip jacket, very cozy. I went over it with, I use a natural bristle hairbrush, but I've seen a lot of people are having success with like pet brushes. I even saw somebody use a wire bristle brush from the hardware store, and that sort of terrified me because those things are powerful. I used to work in a hardware store, and I damaged myself more than once stocking wire bristle brushes. So, you know, anything you use on your fabrics, you should test in a hidden area. But I used a natural bristle brush. If the item is slightly damp, it helps. But I scuffle that up pretty quick. I think that one's cute. I'm gonna list that for $25. This is a scarf. It's not silk. Honestly, I'm so tired of winter and sweaters already. And it's the first week of December. So, color. It is Vera Newman. Where's the Vera name here? Not Vera Bradley. Do you really want to see the Vera name? Here we go. Oh, good Lord, Heidi. Vera. It's Vera Newman. It's just a long rectangular scarf, and it looks like spring. And I'm really ready for spring. I'm just going to list that for $12, but scarves are $1 at my thrift store, so I just desperately needed something pretty. The next is this Gap V-neck. It's kind of a waffly sweatshirt thing. Gap, size large. I really try to not pick up extra smalls and smalls very often. It's got a drop shoulder, kind of cropped, not really cropped, but it's not a long tunic sweater or anything. I'm going to list that for $20. That falls into comfy clothes category for sure. I found 2 pair of Fabletics leggings, same size, large, one maroon, one navy blue, and they have on the side from, looks like just above the knee, they've got a drawstring so you can ruche them up or cinch them up, as they said on the website. So these are kind of a normal rise. They're not super high rise. And you could also fold them over if you like that You want to show your abs, I guess. I'm trying to decide. I mean, they're going to list these for 20 to 24 each, or maybe lot them up for like 35. What do you think? Sell a bundle? Two of the same size? Excuse me. Now you're going to find out my addiction. I'm sorry, one of my addictions. I've already moved through the coffee period of the day, so on to my next caffeine. Yeah, it's bad, but, oh, where are they? Oh, they're there. I don't, oh, hello, sorry. I just sort of wandered away for a minute. I'm back. I don't sell a lot of shoes. I always look, and I always see something that, ooh, that looks great, and then it's not great. Or if it's pretty great, it's beat up. I don't know why the shoes where I thrift are so terrible. I don't see most of the brands that y'all are finding, and on the rare occasions where I do, they're just not in good condition. And I think they're too expensive. There's one store, all their shoes are $10, even the ones that should have been thrown away. But this was my first finding these, and they were only $4, probably because it's December, and they're Chacos. So I can't break them, and they're easy to ship, and they cleaned up very nicely. And so I'm gonna list these for $28, which is 25 to 30, right? And we'll see what happens. But I'll wait. I'll wait till springtime. I'm not gonna take a $15 offer next week just because I'm desperate. Maybe I will. Men's Levi's. I always go through the jeans, mostly just looking for a couple of brands. Yeah, I'm not a big jeans fan. But these are Levi's 501 button fly men's. I've sold 501 button flies before, and I think I got about, what am I going to list these for? $30. Yeah, I might list them for $35 and take a $25 to $30 offer. I have one guy who he bought these are made in Mexico. These are not the vintage ones. I sold a vintage pair of 501 button flies to a guy who messaged me several times asking if I had any more, and would I keep an eye out for him in a certain size. So I'm now a personal shopper. But those were nice. Those I got like 54 because they were the 100% made in USA ones. But I got a purse. Purses are the same category as shoes for me. I sold a Hogan bag on eBay, and the person wanted to return it. It was a $130 sale. The person put in a return saying it was not authentic. And I sourced it from the Real. And I had the dust bag, and it was perfectly authentic. And I accepted the return because I accept returns. And I messaged back saying it is authentic. I have a sales receipt from the Real if you'd like to see it. And then she said, well, maybe, but I just, it doesn't look like what I expected it to look like. And I said, well, I accept returns. So if you want to return it because you don't like it, make that your return request. So she modified her return request and removed the it's not authentic because, well, I would have called eBay anyway and disputed that. And so I took the return back, and now it's for sale again. I think that was a case of, oh my God, I spent $130 on a purse, and I shouldn't have. So in general, I don't sell a lot of handbags, and they don't get much, but I always look. I just thought this was cute. It was $3. It's Ariel. It's leather, color block, silver, and navy. The inside is immaculate. I don't think it was ever even carried. There's no lip gloss, there's no ink, but I think it's classy. I'm just gonna list that for 18 bucks. Easy to ship, and it doesn't break. Next, oh, these are some REI men's pants. This model is called Granite, the Granite pants, and they're heavy cotton canvas, wide leg. So these are the kind of pants where, you know, you're climbing in the rocks and the cactuses and the thorns and dangerous places, or you're working You just need durable pants. And these are, oh, you don't care what size. Do you care what size? 36, 34. And you know a quality pant when, after it's been worn and washed, and it's cotton, and it still measures to the label size? That's nice. And these came out exactly 36, 34. So I'm going to list these for 30. And very nice REI pants. Where are we? Oh, this is crazy. Nobody's buying career wear. But this was $2.99, and it's so soft. It's Ann Taylor, size 4, wool pencil skirt. It's a darker maroon than you're seeing it right now. It's just a perfect cranberry dark maroon color. Beautifully lined, wool and cashmere. You shouldn't cuddle a skirt, but you know, it just looks like a normal straight skirt. But if anybody ever goes back to the office, they want this. I'm gonna list it for 28. I don't know. We'll see. So this is a fun one. This was, I think, $3.99. It's Harley Davidson, a men's medium sweater. I don't see a lot of Harley sweaters. They're usually t-shirts and sweatshirts. It's got a nifty little patch on the front. Very heavy. It's got these cute kind of varsity stripes on the sleeve. Little patch there, 1903 when they were founded. And then the back has a really nice embroidered Harley Davidson. So this would be your dress-up wear if you're a biker. You know, you put this on for dinner with your grandma. This I'm going to list at about 55, and we'll see what happens. What's it made of? Probably just acrylic. Yep, oh, acrylic and wool blend, so that's nice. Really heavy and soft. My pile's getting kind of tall. How long is this video? My husband looked at my analytics for 3 videos and said, Heidi, I notice that each video has gotten longer and each video is getting fewer views. Do the math, Heidi. You're talking too long. I can't help it. That's why I'm here, is to talk. Let's see. Oh, quick, couple shirts. Plaid pearl snap. This one's Levi's. Men's pearl snap shirt. Remember like you watched it. Anyway, in one of my earlier videos, I had a Panhandle Slim cowboy shirt, which I found out they do wear embroidered shirts to the rodeo. Thank you, James. And it's all like 4 or 5 days later, so Panhandle Slim. This is Levi's Pearl Snap. I'm going to list this for 25. And this is a Lucky Brand Flannel Pearl Snap. Also going to list that for 25. This is the season when people want this. I just sold a Zara Man Flannel Pearl Snap last week and an Eddie Bauer one. So now here's a plus size that I think I'm going to be able to move. It's wool. It's Login Look. It's J. Jill, and it's 4X. And it's a swing coat in a perfect fall color. Not quite rust, not quite maroon. And it's, hello, it's got pockets. It's got a couple buttons, just 3. So I'm going to list this for 40. What do you think? Think I'll get 40? It's wool. So Login Looky, right? Wish me luck on that one. Oh, pile's getting small. You're almost free. And then we can talk about this little lady. Here is a Woolrich. Oh, this has got to sell quick before Christmas. It's a Woolrich sweater vest with a bear and a deer. And they both have a little holiday decorations on them. Oh, I got to show you one of the buttons. It's a log cabin button. I got it bad. I'm going to list that for 24, but I only have about a week before I can sell it and ship it and have it get there before Christmas. Here is another set that I'm going to use this method for, right, with the hangers and the string. It is Talbot's. medium. And it is, where's the, this is kind of odd here. Hang on. Bear with. That's what they say in England, bear with. So this set is Talbot's, and it's 100% merino wool. Here's the top. It's bat-wingy, dolman. Boy, providing the measurements. What's the underarm measurement? It's 142 feet. So there's the top, just a little slit neckline, and then it has a midi skirt that matches. What do you think? Also, very Logan looking, very minimalist, very comfy. I'm gonna list that skirt set for $45. Wish me luck. And they both match. The colors still match, which means they didn't wear one piece and have it cleaned more than they wore the other piece. That happens sometimes. These two sweaters are obviously donated by the same person, same brand. They both need a little repair work on their tags. John Smedley Limited for Hooper Associates, made in England. And of course it had all the, it had all the hallmarks of something you should look up. The tag was tacked on rather than sewn on with a machine. It said, made in England. It said pure virgin wool, and it felt nice. They're two, I'm gonna have to go after that. Two V-neck sweaters. Very soft, very high quality. This one is kind of a mauve, which for years when I was little, I thought the name of the word was mauvey, but mauve or mauve. And this one is brown, tan color. And so I looked up John Smedley for Hooper, and people, these are both size 8, which is, I think I decided it was a small. I've already looked it up, what the UK 8 is in US sizing. But I'll put both in the listing, because people who like this brand obviously know that it's a UK size. I'm going to list each of those for $30, so that was fun. And that was an item that there's more sold than listed. Someday, for those of you that are newer to eBay, I'm going to talk about comping on eBay, because eBay gives you a little bit more useful information than Poshmark does as far as deciding how saturated or how high in demand an item is. It's much easier to tell on eBay if something should sell quickly or you should just leave it behind because there's too many of them. Okay, let's talk about this. This is a jacket and pleated skirt set. And I knew when I was flipping through and I saw it, I knew what it was right away, because I had previously found one piece of this. I'm gonna go get it so you can see the label. I think it was my second or third month of reselling. I was at a 69-cent sale day, flipping through, and I came across a jacket. And I immediately knew it was old, because I'm old, so I recognize old things. And I thought, I wonder if this is a fancy brand. Is it something like similar to St. John? Because the jacket was totally Chanel vibes, and the knit reminded me of St. John, which I had found one piece of prior to that. And so I looked it up, and it was Castleberry. And so I bought the jacket, and it sold within a week for like $38. And I was like, I'm so happy I'm in this business. 69 cents into $38 was pretty good. And so when I saw this set, I picked it up. Castleberry, some people on eBay list it and they put Santana Knit in the title or the description. It's not. Santana Knit is a name that belongs to St. John. And if you felt Santana and felt this, they kind of remind you of each other, but Santana has wool in it and this does not. This is all Dacron polyester. And it's, they just feel different. They just remind you of it because it's a knit suit. So if you find Castleberry, don't put Santana in the title because that name belongs to St. John. So I looked at skirt suits on comps And I'm going to list this. Oh, see, there's my string. I came unhooked. I'm going to list this for, the comps are anywhere from $30 to $100. And that depends on how desirable the suit is. And I think this is special. I have to get untangled here. I think this is special because of the scallop. The color is a little more turquoise than is showing up on the screen, but the scallop is just adorable. So I'm gonna start at about 100 and see what happens with it. So have you ever found Castleberry and left it behind? And if you found it, would you pick it up? So be on the lookout for when you find an old lady suit. So this suit, it does not wrinkle. It was in a bag for 2 weeks. And I pulled it out and it looks like this. And they were marketed for mature women, sold at higher end department stores like I. Magnin, which is now defunct, and probably Saks and Bloomingdale's and places like that. And it was for the mature market, obviously. And I still think there are people who love that look and look out for Castleberry. So that's all I have for you today. Do the YouTube thing. Get some thread snips. Come back again. Thanks so much. Bye, kids.